we've got to put things in perspective and be realistic here. You know, they were without 9 key players. If you take the game that they played against Spain, and we did exceptionally well, I think 9 of the players weren't available. That's a huge knock for any team. You know, so obviously we, as a national team, we want them to be successful. We want them to win, but we also got to be realistic. You know, so yeah, the fact that they never qualified is disappointing. But we've got to put things in perspective and look at who was playing, which players weren't available, and I think then it gives us a measure of what we're capable of doing.
We've got this philosophy that we're trying to play like Brazilians. And, well, if you look at our teams from the 70s, when we had our first multiracial team, and you look at our teams from the 80s and 90s, it was totally different to the way we're trying to play football now. And that way we used to play was the way to go. 1976, I'll give you an example, we had the first multiracial team. We beat Argentina 5-1. 1978, Argentina won a World Cup. We played the right brand of football, the right way. 1996, if you take 20 years later, you know, we won the Nations Cup. Look at that brand of football. Strong, power, strength. We need to get back to pace and power.
We have to tell ourselves, we're in the international market of football only for 20 years. That for me is still very, very young. And although we have the infrastructure, although we have the stadium, although we have the players, I think there's more to learn from the Nigerians, from the Egyptians, from the Burundians, as far as football is concerned.
We haven't got the most important part in place, and that is development. And we'll have the same discussion in 20 years' time if things aren't put in place. If the development is not done properly, and when I'm talking about development, I'm not talking about tournaments, I'm not talking about little academies, I'm talking about well-run junior leagues in every province, well-structured organisation, well-structured leagues at the lower levels. And as long as we don't have that in place, we're going to talk about the same thing in 20 years' time.